चाहूँगा मैं।
Any changes in the side?
दो चेंजेस हैं खालिद के फिलहाल
कितना स्कोर देना चाहेंगे आप ECB ब्लूज को?
130 तक।
शुक्रिया फयाज. Good luck for the game. We'll see you in a short while. Thank you. So that's the news from the center for the first playoff of Kafu presents Emirates D10. ECB Blues have won the toss and they have elected to bowl first.
We're getting set for the second match of the day, which is between Sharjah Bukhatir 11 and ECB Blues, the two top teams so far on the table. And this is the first playoff, and the teams are both putting in their best teams. Team ECB Blue, they won the toss and they have elected to bowl, and they put in Sharjah Bukhatir 11. We'll have a look at the Sharjah Bukhatir 11 team. Fayaz Ahmed, their captain, Ranjit Mani, Umair Ali, Gopal Kumar, Gopal Krishnan, Hazrat Bilal, Khalid Shah, the wicketkeeper, Hafiz Rahman, Junaid Shamsu, and then we have Syam Ramesh, Ali Anwar, and Rizwan CP. While as for ECB Blue is concerned, we have Ahmed Raza, Aditya Shetty, Chirag Suri, Mohammad Bhutta, Kashif Daud, Muhammad Ayaz, Muhammad Usman, Rohan Mustafa, Sultan Ahmed, Prithya Arvind, and Arsalan Javed. Those are the two teams who will be putting their might against each other to win this first playoff, a very, very important stage of the match now. And joining me commentary is Kamran, who was down there for a toss. Kamran, what did the captains have to say? They were not very audible, the captains' audio, so maybe you heard. What is going on in their minds?
Thank you, Anurag. I had to rush upstairs, and let me tell you the first thing about the environment, what we cannot convey on the screens. It's pretty humid out there, and it's drenching wet, sweating like anything. So the rare thing happened, which we have been talking about all along. These things happen. Sharjah Bukhatir 11, they won 9 out of 10 tosses, but in this crucial game, they lost the toss. ECB Blues, they won only 2 tosses in the 10 games, but in this crucial game, they have won the toss and they have the advantage. ECB Blues captain Ahmed Raza has elected to bowl first. And for Sharjah Bukhatir 11, they will be batting first, and they have brought in Khalid Shah. He was arrested for the last game, understandably so. So we are looking for a very good game here, Anurag.
Yes, Kamran, absolutely, because these are two teams which have really shown what they are made of. They are right on the top of the table. And it's the battle of the titans here. You know, ideally, it would have been wonderful to see them in the finals. You never know, that may still happen, but they are playing off with each other, and I'm sure whoever wins will also win a big psychological battle against the other team.
For sure, and that's the beauty of this format, because these two teams, they earned this right to have this extra shot at qualifying for the final of Kafu presents Emirates D10. So whoever wins here, they will walk into the final, and whoever loses, they will face the winner of the first eliminator, which is going to happen next tonight, and that eliminator will happen before the final tomorrow. So there will be 2 games tomorrow, the one winner of this team will walk into the final, and the loser of this contest, they will play the first game. So they will have to play 2 games on the final day. So every reason for both these teams to come out victorious and give their best, so that they are well rested overnight and they focus on the game and have better chances of winning the final.
Absolutely. And for those of you who may have just joined in, the first eliminator, which is the next match after this match, is going to be between Fujairah Pacific Ventures, the Titans, in the first playoff. Both the teams want to, win this match and have a psychological advantage over the other in case they have to meet each other again later in the finals. And this is going to be really, as you've been saying, a mouth-watering clash, and I hope it lives up to its expectations for viewers all over the world who are watching this match with great intent and very closely. First match today, it went topsy-turvy, up and down, but ultimately that also ended as a close match, while the result of qualifying was already forgiven. But yes, so that had some excitement. But this one, I'm sure, is going to be the cherry.
So umpire calls play, and here we go. First qualifier of Kafu presents Emirates D10. Khalid Shah, who has been brought back into the side, the explosive opener of Sharjah Bukhatir 11. He's taking the strike to Ahmad of ECB Blues.
Good swipe at that, straight to the fielder.
Anurag, this is the business end of the tournament. All that effort, all that hard work that these teams have put in for all those 9 days was pretty tough, hot, humid, back-to-back games. It all comes down to these final games. We are left with just 4 of these games. After this game, there will be only 3 games in the tournament. So we are expecting to see the best out of these players.
Yes, and I think for the teams which have peaked and they are now ready to go, and look at that one, plays it high and over the boundary there, and the umpire signals a 6.
Ranjit Mani, right on the money, starting with a 6, going one leg down and dispatching it over the square leg boundary. I think it went into the stands. So someone has to hop on into the stands to bring that ball back. Just reminding the viewers that this tournament is happening in you can say, a very secure environment where the spectators are not allowed.
Absolutely, we are maintaining the COVID guidelines here without spectators, but a beautiful stadium, the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. The world knows about it. Great cricket has been played in this stadium, and again, we have great match.
This time, Sultan Ahmad firing this down the leg side, wide, a bit of fumble from the keeper as well. So a good start by Sharjah Bukhatir 11.
Kamran, if I were to ask you what would be a good score batting first, I mean, of course, you can take your guess.
Yeah, Anurag, I think I can be completely wrong, but that's the calculated guesses that we all do. So I think anything above 100, it will be a good game, because it is not that kind of a pitch where stroke making is that easy. So every batsman who goes there, they will have to spend time especially in the early overs when the power play is on, then the batsman can just play on the top. But when the field goes out, it's difficult to hit the ball.
Right, and this one is hit pretty hard on the onside, but straight to the fielder. And with that, another single added to the total of Sharjah Bukhatir 11. They go to 11 with that single. One more delivery to come. It's over.
So a couple of wides bowled by Sultan Ahmed. This time when he goes big again, but it's straight to the fielder in the outfield. They will be looking for second, but decides against it. So that will be the end of the first over. Sharjah Bukhatir 11 batting first, 12 for none.
And we have a fun fact from Dafa News. Captains Nasir Hussain of England and Clive Lloyd of West Indies and Kapil Dev of India have scored only one ODI 100 each in their career. Amazingly, Misbah ul Haq from Pakistan never scored one.
And Misbah has that unwanted record, or a very distinguished record as well, for having most runs in ODI cricket without scoring 100 ever. In the meantime, Mohammad Ayaz going to bowl from the far end, ECB Blues.
Oh, that one played beautifully. He got hold of the length of that ball very well and played it very fluently. 4 runs to add to those 12. 16 now for no loss.
Ranjit Mani playing down the line and showing the full face of the bat and earning the rewards for it over the top. So a good shot. Ranjit Mani getting a good breezy start to his innings. That will settle a bit of nerves for Sharjah Bukhatir 11, because they definitely need a good competitive score for this very important clash. As a result, Captain Ahmed Raza making a few changes in the field. He's dropping down the long off. He has pulled in third man fielder inside the circle now.
And this one, the Dil scoop, beautifully played, innovation galore, and that's gone for a 6.
The octopus at work, like they say. The Dil scoop, the first term that came out for it by Kumar Sangakkara and Mahila Jayawardene. Just have a look at it. They called it an octopus shot because of the fact that octopus doesn't have the mind. So they thought that's senseless kind of a shot. Anyways, that's Dafa News at tournament 6 number 394.
And this one also played very well. Will he beat the fielder? No, it goes to the fielder. And another single. You were talking about the octopus. The other thing about the octopus is it's got these tentacles, flying tentacles. It can use any tentacle to hit whichever side, 360 degrees. So, yes, effective octopus shot. Got him a 6 there.
Rajit Mani, he has brought out his heavy bike here, racing away the 18 of just 5 deliveries. And he is causing a lot of discussion in the ECB Blues ranks. And Ahmad Raza talking to the bowler. Brains, 9 brains, and 3 hearts. I'm still trying to digest that information.
And so many tentacles, my God, and 8 tentacles. $24 for no loss. This time the tentacles came out again, but were used to the other side, but still effectively. In fact, it was the leg tentacle this time. It's been 4 leg byes.
And that will be the, with that shot, that will be the end of the second over as well. Sharjah Bukhatir 11, 24 for none. So 2 overs gone. There's the Iftafa news fun fact for you. Dinesh Karthik's mother-in-law, Suzanne Iticharia, played Test cricket for India in the 1970s in a New Zealand versus Sri Lanka Test in 2006. Both teams had to use their substitute wicketkeepers after both first-choice wicketkeepers were injured during the game.
Thank you, Dafa News, for bringing a lot of interesting trivia for us and for our viewers all over the world. And next delivery played on the onside. Single. Good start, steady start by Sharjah Bukhatir 11.
And that's a go-to bowler for ECB Blues, who has been brought into the attack. That's Kashif Dawood, who has been a regular feature throughout this tournament. Ahmad Raza, captain of ECB Blues, he seemed to have a lot of confidence in him, and he has employed him in the very critical situation of the game. And this is very critical situation of the game. Sharjah Bukhatir 11, they seem to have started off very well. 28 of just 2 overs and 2 more overs of the power play left. So it's a good time to bring in Kashif Dawood.
Again this time, but this time the tentacles missing out, and Dil Scoop not working. Dot ball.
I think Anurag, Ranjit Mani has decided that you will keep reminding me of that explanation. That error of information that I did. You will keep playing that shot so that we keep talking about the octopus. That's Aditya Shetty loosening up. Very talented player.
Oh, this one, he pulls it out from the off stump, and he's got a good amount of bat on it, and 4 runs, taking the score now to 33 for no loss.
Back of length by Kashif Dawood, and Ranjit Mani with a 4-handed smash. Straight back behind the bowler into the side screen. Ranjit Mani going great guns. This great contest.
This one, he pulls it and pulls well. Beautiful shot. 4 runs.
Ranjit Mani, right on the money, as we say, and picking the length very well. And mind you, it's not that easy a pitch. That was at Alubond tournament 4 number 527. Not that an easy pitch to judge the pace of it. Like the pitch report our colleague Neil did earlier in the day, he explained it pretty well. So we have to give that credit to Ranjit Mani here, that he has played all those shots with the supreme timing.
Ranjit is creating opportunities. And middles the ball, but this time straight to the fielder on the offside. Another single group. Has the pitch changed from the first match to what it is now? And if so, Kamran, your opinion, how has it changed?
It's not going to change that much because we started at about the sunset time. The only difference that might be there, it's when the dew comes in. This time Khalid Shah goes back in the crease, pulls it, but oh, lucky for him, that catch has been dropped by Mohammad Usman, and with that drop catch, that will be the end of the here's a look at it again.
Yes, and as they say, catches win matches. And how can you drop a catch like that, almost a sitter, in a critical match like the one being played right now? Sharjah Bukhatir batting card very quickly. Ranjit Mani showing good batting skills. 27 of 10 not out. Khalid Shah is giving him company. 4 of 8 deliveries. And Sharjah Bukhatir 11 at 39 for no loss after the completion of 3 overs. And there's a change in commentary. And the new voices we're going to hear are going to be of Neil Ojha and
Thank you, Anurag. And Rohan Mustafa will be new bowler into the attack, and he'll be bowling the last over of the power play. I expect he's been asked to cut down the scoring rate here. For no loss. A very good start here, and well, look at the scoring coming from Ranjit Mani, 27 of 10. What do you think of this bowling change here, Neil? Rohan Mustafa been introduced in the power play.
Well, it's a good thought, and spinners have done their magic. This game we saw how Ajman used their spinners so well. Tried to almost grab game out of the jaws of defeat, but eventually Dubai came on top. But this time,
The wicket.
yeah, I mean, fuller length delivery, a quicker one. You are a spinner. You try and pull the slow, get the benefit from the wicket. The wicket is assisting the spinners by doing that. maybe things will work for you. Full toss. And single there.
Getting away on that occasion, Vritti Arvind, the fielder, managing to stop that one. That would have been a certain boundary because that was hit with a lot of power. Full toss, and you offer it to Ranjit Mani, the man who's in form for Bukhatir, Sharjah Bukhatir, scoring runs for them consistently. A change in bat here. Khalid Shah.
Chetty, meanwhile, is warming up. He's been warming up from last 48 minutes. Young kid excited. Got 4 wickets on debut in this format. Up in the air. Third man under position and gets it.
That is Arsalan Javed taking the catch comfortably. It was a lollipop. They're quicker in the air. Batsman not at all in a position. Actually did not time it properly. Was too late to read that sort of a pace. I think was not expecting that at all from a spinner. Here, wicket falls.
That is the first wicket down. For Sharjah Bukhatir 11. Going at a steady pace. Is there 11.75, 47 for 1 in 4 overs. Lost the toss, were put into bat. Skipper comes in, Fayaz Ahmed on screens. Handy bat. To be skipper for ECB Blues. Both the ends. Saw how Ayaz was taken for runs. Ayaz is a very sensible bowler. Part of bowling good lines and lengths, was taken for runs in a very unorthodox way by Ranjit Mani. In those octopus shots. Rather, still scoops. First one starts with a wide. Wide outside the off stump. Basically didn't want to give any room to Ranjit and ended up giving a wide.
Here, Ranjit Mani, all set. He on his arc. Here, as we say, one, and he dispatched one out of the park, and this man looks in fine form.
Definitely, yes. As they say colloquially, seeing the ball like a football. Many miles into the 8th row, probably. Fayaz, the skipper, would be telling Mani, just keep going, buddy. You're doing really well. Raza, old guy, look at him when it comes down a tad bit. Up in the air again. And that's a maximum. Only watch the ball sailing over their heads, the fielders at the boundary. Then probably attempt to get the ball from the stands as well.
We'll have to see. There's a change in the leather, or will they be able to fetch the one that just sailed over the rope? Yeah, we look a bit quicker in the air by Ahmed Raza, and then on to the back foot there, just bending his knee and then placing it over the head of the square leg fielder there.
Got to think what he's going to do. Ahmed Raza. 13 runs already of 2 deliveries. 396th tournament 6. Ball at this is an important time in the game where things go anywhere. Sharjah's got 60 runs on 4.2 overs, and if they hit on the cruise mode from here on, they surely would be looking at 130 kind of a score. They reach 130, it will be definitely difficult for ECB to come from that.
Say 10 to 15 more extra because once again a beautiful looking shot offered with a full delivery, opened the face of the bat and in the gap towards the backward point. Boundary there. Ranjit Mani looks in fine form here. Excellent batting display here by Sharjah Bukhatir.
Yeah, again, full opening the face of the bat. Absolute simple.
But predicting a total here, I'd say anything like, because of the batting lineup that Sharjah Bukhatir has, I think they will be eyeing 140.
Well, 140 plus would be burdens for ECB. Meanwhile, this one, sweeper cover, putting in a slide. Not to be so. 4 runs.
That brings up 50 for Ranjit Mani in 17 deliveries. And how beautifully he has constructed this batting here. After being put to bat, they've lost the first toss. Let me remind you, Neil. Second, I beg your pardon. And they've been asked to bat here by ECB Blues.
Full toss over Ahmed's head. But Rohan Mustafa will do the needful and underarm throw from Rohan to Ahmed. And that'll be a dot ball. In fact, just a single, beg your pardon.
To all the viewers who have joined us, this is Kafu Presents Emirates D10 tournament, and you have joined us live. First, this is the first game of the playoff. You're watching the qualifier number 1.
Banged it short. As Ahmed, the skipper, dot ball. When the over 69 for 1 after 5. That's the jersey number of Ahmed Raza. Bat. Catch it! Up in the air and taken. Oh, dropped. And that is Ritya Arvind. I cannot believe my eyes. That was a regulation catch standing at third man. Short third man. You take these catches. You practice them day in and day out. Oh my God. Ritya Arvind. It just bounced off his hands. Hard hands, I reckon.
Regular keeper, let me remind you, Neil, he usually has the habit of having 4 hands. And he had on that occasion, Aditya did start as well here. Promising talent, plays with his mind. I'd say a wonder kid here in the form of a leg spinner here.
Boy. Definitely shattered a lot of Sharjah hopes. Taking the wicket of Ranjit Mani on the very first ball that he bowled. Not to be so. For sure, with Arvind, when he comes to bat, will have to do a lot of making up with his willow for this dropped catch. Getty coming into bowl.
Beautifully bowled there. The accurate amount of pace on the ball. Perfect line, the perfect length, and this kid is actually impressed a lot of viewers, I'd say.
Absolutely. This kid has impressed us a lot with his batting, Vritya Arvind, but very happy. This time, no room given, and again a catch drop there. This one was a difficult chance, but a chance nonetheless, and you got to take these chances when you have a batsman like Ranjit Mani going on full fire. Look at him, you crammed him for space so much, got into position but had no room, ended up playing the ball just dying in front of the diving fielder there.
Looking at the line and the discipline of this bowler, I want commentators curse coming to the next ball here. It's, he does not want to take that risk here. He knows that the bowler is bowling
To his practice sessions, but of the fact that he didn't get enough games, but that has shown a lot of promise. Great accuracy, great presence of mind. He's in there to prove something. That is plumb and given. Fayaz Ahmed came across the line. Chetty bowling a straighter one, and that stayed low, right in front of the wickets. That's wicket number 2.
6 overs, 74 for 1, and let's look at the replay here. Pitching in line, slightly getting the margin here, Aditya Shetty in his favor, and Fayaz Ahmed slightly looking disappointed, but he'll have to go back and check out the replay. And that brings it over to the end. 6 overs, 74 for 1.
It is Umair Ali, the man, the destructive arm when it comes to bat, man with a golden arm when it comes to bowl. Brilliant all-rounder that Sharjah has, and doesn't look like he can do anything wrong this tournament.
Boom boom time here. Umair Ali Khan. Here we have the replay. As I'm shuffling across, I think that is one of the reasons why I felt that the ball was has pitched down the leg, but that wasn't the case. Bang on. Full marks to the umpire on that occasion, and to the bowler.
And Ayaz brought in. Raza taking himself out of the attack. And rightly so, 22 runs you've already given. Ayaz. Low full toss. Driven. Will just be a single.
Eagerly wanted to go for that to take the strike, but rightly sent back by Umair Ali Khan. So they settle down for a single, and it'll be Umair who will be facing the first ball. This qualifier number 1.
Definitely want to do a lot from here on. The platform is set really well right now. Over 12 runs and over from here on. sure that Sharjah reaches the 120 mark. Ayaz. Bring his arms straight, but not get more than single.
Confident would Umair be feeling here by middling the ball right from ball one. So that is one, because he had a golden duck already in his name in the first game that he played in this venue. So I'd say that's a very positive start here in this game here for Umair. The team Bukhatir will definitely be looking forward to having some him unleash at this second half of the first innings.
Try to reverse sweep it. So, hoop sweep, reverse. Funny names for these shots these days. Try to do everything unorthodox. Got a dot ball.
Well, kind of success rate that I think AB de Villiers has with these shots. I think that is one of the main reasons why players are actually opting for these shots. Try to get maximum, trying to be unorthodox, and let the bowler keep guessing what the batsman is going to play next.
A fair point, but then so sure that they would be putting in a lot of hours practice unorthodox shots as well. Ayaz, meanwhile, darting it down the leg side. Very good effort behind the wickets. Mohammad Bhuta.
There by Madbuta.
Meanwhile, fun fact, the 2011 edition of the World Cup, Virender Sehwag started India's first 5 innings by hitting the ball for a 4. First ball for a 4 5 times.
Well, he was known for that. Fearless cricketer. Fine.
Fun fact brought by Dafa News. Keep bringing up some fantastic facts for us. Meanwhile, this time, short ball, evasive action, he hits him a 6.
And Boom Boom Umair has unleashed here. It's his first maximum of the qualifier.
But he very quickly he came at the line of the ball first up, Umair, and then ensured that he connected it right in front of his face.
How hard did he hit that ball there? Even he would have mistimed that still would have sailed over the ropes.
I'm sure. The kind of power that this guy has, playing even with a broomstick, ball will go outside the fence.
Yes.
And Aditya Shetty, very impressive. 1 over is bowled, taken that very important wicket, 1 of 5. Rohan Mustafa also has got 1 wicket. He's given 8 runs in his 1 over. Rest of the bowlers bowled pretty well, and I think they've kept it tight. But for the captain, Ahmed Raza, he's given 22 runs in his 1 over. He needs to do better than that. 84 for 2 after 7 overs, aided by 10 extras. Welcome, Kamran.
Thank you, Anurag, and right reminder about the Aditya Shetty. What a revelation, what a sensation he has been. He is playing only the 3rd game of Kafu Presents Emirates D10. And till now, he has bowled 5 overs, have taken 7 wickets with the average of 3.9 per wicket, an economy rate of just 5.4 runs. So what a splendid effort by this young sensation, Aditya Shetty.
Again, Aditya keeping it tight, not giving much leeway to the batsman there. And I just hope for the sake of some of the youngsters here, Kamran, that there are authorities who are observing them closely so that they can get opportunities and progress in their career.
For sure, and Aditya is that rare kind of a talent. The way he has bowled, the way he has bamboozled all the batsmen, it will be a good contest against Omar Ali and Ranjit Mani, who likes to go aerial. So, good test for Aditya Shetty.
And this one has been played aggressively, but straight to the fielder there. Aditya Shetty showing great control in his bowling. I mean, he has this extra sense. He can sense what the batsman is thinking. He's reading their mind, and he is bowling as per the plan, and he's succeeding very well.
For sure, Anurag, as they say, the big games reveal the big talent, the big heart of the players. This time again, Ranjit Mani going for a big shot, but getting deceived a bit in the air, bit of turn, the line.
Amnan, I understand Robin Singh, the former Indian cricketer, as well as the director of cricket and coach of ECB, are also witnessing this very important match, and I hope they are getting a close look in at this very young and very impressive talent, Aditya Shetty.
This time it has been lofted, a bit of a toe end, but the power of boom boom air, as our colleague says, calls him, takes it over the boundary for a 6.
This one flighted, but I like this youngster is not afraid to flight the ball. Yes, some will go for big hits, some will go for runs, but he's showing great amount of character there.
For sure, Anurag, and that's part of the game. This limited over cricket, especially. So these pictures are being taken to you live all over the world through our digital streaming partners, fan code in Indian subcontinent, D10 Live in UAE, Willow TV, US and Canada, and Sports Eye Facebook page, rest of the world. It's an ITW and Sports Fever 360 digital production for Emirates Cricket Board.
94 for 2 after 7.4, and it's Aditya Shetty in action here.
Umar went for a big shot, failed to connect the bat with it. He's gesturing to the umpire that he actually hit it, but umpire has given him out LBW.
And Aditya Shetty strikes again and shows his class.
So the dream run of Aditya Shetty continues. So, anyways, umpire's decision is final. So, Sharjah Bukhatir 11. Have a look at it again. Definitely, he was hit right in front. But nonetheless, it's a third wicket gone for Sharjah Bukhatir 11. It's 94 for 3, the 8th over.
94 for the loss of 3 wickets after completion. In fact, there is one more delivery left in this over. Ditya Shetty, yes, he's to bowl one more delivery. Is it going to be as lethal as the last one? Well, he's picked up 2 wickets. It's just given 15 runs, and really very impressed by this young.
Last delivery of the Aditya Shetty's spell. What a splendid spell he has bowled. So 8 overs gone, 94 for 3.
.94 for 3 after the completion of 8 overs is Sharjah Bukhatir 11 put into bat by ECB Blues. Amran, how do you judge this score of 94 for 3? They have 2 overs to go. Of course, anything can happen. 100 up also for Sharjah Bukhatir 11 for the loss of 3 wickets, and it's Ranjit Mani now facing Rohan Mustafa.
This time again. And there's a chance for a run out, and Rohan Mustafa has just missed the ball. It would have been curtains for Ranjit Mani. And another shot on the keeper's end, but Ranjit Mani survives on both occasions.
It's happening there. First it started with the octopus shot of the Dil scoop and completely misfired. Then they went for that run off the missed field, and he was short of his crease there and could have been easily run out, but not to be. He's still there for Team Sharjah Bukhatir.
Rohan Mustafa with his customary false start. Sometimes he just hold the ball back just to see what batsman is up to. And follows up with this customary wide Yorker outside off stump.
If you draw a contrast between the bowling of Rohan Mustafa and Shetty, I mean, well, there's a lot of gamesmanship going on there and mind games being played between the bowler and the batsman. He wants to unsettle Ranjit. But Ranjit says, you try that with me, I will hit you outside the ground. 6 runs. 108 for 3 after 9.
So the last over of the first qualifier of road to a final of Kafu presents Emirates D10 is about to begin. For the last delivery, we had another 6. That was Dafa News tournament 6, number 397. Sharjah Bukhatir 11, they are 108 for 3. And if somehow, Anurag, they manage to get 15 or 20, they will definitely feel a lot more satisfied with the outcome.
Certainly, Kamlan. And a great start there And it's been hit over mid-wicket. 6 runs.
Kashif Dawood is starting the final over, and Shyam Ramesh giving the perfect start to Sharjah Bukhatir 11, coming down the track and pulling it over the boundary for another maximum. So a good start for Sharjah Bukhatir 11, 114. The more they scored, that was Dafa News tournament 6 number 398. 5 more deliveries left. Even if they score 10 more, it will give a lot of confidence for the Sharjah Bukhatir 11 in their search for their journey to the final of this CAFU Presents Emirates D10.
Absolutely. And coming up now, the second delivery. This time, you miss, I hit. And Shyam Ramesh has to walk back. He's been clean bowled.
What a follow-up by Kashif Dawood. Right in the block hole. Could not do much about it. Just have a look at this. Disturbed the timber. So 4th wicket gone. 114 for 4.
Shyam Ramesh then losing his wicket. He did hit a couple of lusty blows and he had a license to hit. This is the last over and only 4 deliveries left. And we have a fun fact. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan personally handed Pakistan captain Imran Khan a set of his qawwalis so that the team may listen to them before the World Cup matches in 1992, which they eventually went on to win. Well, great connection there between music and cricket.
Absolutely correct, Anurag. And there was a very big connection between Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Imran Khan. And I remember one of the ceremonies, gatherings there, where Amitabh Bachchan and Imran Khan, they enjoyed Nusrat Ali Khan. Back to the game. Oh, very well bowled by Kashif Dawood.
That slower delivery, and Junaid there first wanted to play, then he said I don't want to play, and then he wanted to play, but by that time it was too late. The ball passed him. 115 for 4. 9.3 overs have been bowled. 3 more deliveries to go. Sharjah Bukhatir 11's innings coming to a close after 3 deliveries. Let's see how many more they can get on board and what kind of a total are they going to give to ECB Blues to chase.
Anurag, I will like to stick to my words. And I thought it's a good toss to lose. And if Sharjah Bukhatir 11 manages to score something around 10 runs from here, I think they will be favorites to win this game. But prediction is a very dangerous game. Sometimes it comes back to make you eat your words.
And this one gets the top edge. Is he safe? And the runs will come by running and not by crossing the boundary there. 116 for 4. 2 deliveries to go. Let's see. Where do they end up? Is it going to be 120, 125? Whatever it is, it's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah, and some credit to ECB Blues, who have kept Ranjit Mani quiet in the last few overs.
Again, that slow one, and the batsman completely foxed by that, could not get back to ball, but they had enough time to take a single. And I think that will bring Ranjit Mani to the strike, because he's been really on the other side looking at his partners trying to do antics. Till Shyam Ramesh was hitting, it was fine, but then they slowed down. So he has his opportunity, but the opportunity comes with only one delivery, one legal delivery.
And in the context of the game, an excellent over by Kashif Dawood. Yes, you went for a 6, but that's what happens in this format of the game. Shyam Ramesh manufactured that shot. Other than that, his thinking, his execution has been spot on. So the last delivery of the Sharjah Bukhatir 11 innings coming up.
And another good delivery there. Slow one, giving no chance to the batsman. And with that, ends the innings of Sharjah Bukhatir 11, 117 for 4 in the allotted 10 overs.
What a beautiful last over bowled by Kashif Dawood. Skill, execution, and the brains to restrict the Sharjah Bukhatir 11 batting for just 117. This is how they went about their business. Ranjit Mani, in the end, remained not out. 74 of just 32 deliveries. Khalid Shah 6 for 11. Fayaz Ahmed went early as well. Umar Ali couldn't last long enough. Came for Sham Ramesh, and Junaid Shamsu, he came just in the last over. So 12 extras, and at the end of the allotted 10 overs, Sharjah Bukhatir 11, 117.
Let's have a look at the ECB Blues bowling card. Sultan Ahmed, none for 12. The pick of the bowlers, Aditya Shetty, we've been talking about him. 2 wickets of 2 overs, just gave 15 runs. Superb piece of bowling. Ron Mustafa chipped in with 1. He gave 22 runs in his 2 overs. And Kashif Dawood bowled that excellent last over. 1 wicket for 18 runs at an economy of 9.
What a brilliant performance from Aditya Shetty. Here is a quick summary of the innings. So at the end of 10 overs, Sharjah Bukhatir 11, 117 for 4. Ranjit Mani 70 of just 32. And Shetty 2 for 15. Dawood 1 for 18 of just 2 overs. Ron Mustafa 1 for 22. So the target that Sharjah Bukhatir 11 has set for ECB Blues is 118 from 10 overs. So it's a very good target, not that intimidating. Will ECB Blues be able to overhaul this target or not? We will see about it when we will be back after this short break.
So welcome back to the Kafu Presents Emirates D10 tournament, and we are here in the Dubai Stadium witnessing the playoff, the first game of the playoff, qualifier number 1 between Sharjah Bukhatir 11 and ECB Blues. Sharjah Bukhatir 11 have set them a target of 118 to get in 10 overs. We have the innings just about to begin. Hafizur Rahman at the bowling mark. On strike will be Chirag Suri. And we have the youngster, the second leading run scorer of the tournament, Ritya Aravind, on the non-striking end. Kamran, your say on the game.
Thank you, Asim. It's very well poised. Good contest. We are expecting a very close finish here. Both teams are capable of getting back into the game at any time. A very good start from Hafizur Rahman. Pitch in the right place. And it was shaping in. Good start from Hafizur Rahman. And a quick run. Make it a good start for ECB Blues as well.
Quick legs here. Both Chirag and Vritya both have batted together for a very long time, especially in the tournament as well. So I think that sort of the understanding between each other, the running between the wicket between each other will definitely not be a problem for these two.
Asim, I'm especially looking forward to watching Ritya Aravind, how he operates, how he performs on this surface, the big game, that pressure and everything. That's a no ball called. Will it reach the fence? Yes, it does. So a criminal start from Hafiz Rahman. Boundary of a no ball.
That is a free hit on offer for Ritya Aravind and Chirag Suri. Him understand how valuable his wicket will be, especially considering the fact that he has been bulk of the scoring in the tournament for the team ECB Blues. So trying to make himself make his partner understand that his presence on the wicket for the longer period of time can result in a successful run.
For sure, Asim. And one change from ECB Blues. There is no Rohan Mustafa opening the batting. A slight change in the batting order, which makes a lot of sense because both Suri and Aravind, they have been a good nick throughout this Kafu Presents Emirates D10.
Lower delivery on that occasion by Hafizur Rahman. Umpire wide signal. Comes there the official.
I think the decision, the signal of wide was as slow as the pace of the delivery, I think.
Still
For sure. So Hafiz Rahman under pressure right at the beginning. He has just bowled one delivery and has already given away 7 runs. And that free hit is still coming up.
Ritya Aravind on strike. So just getting a top edge on that occasion did Ritya Aravind, not able to capitalize on that free hit. Hafizur Rahman, slightly expensive here to begin the proceedings here for Sharjah Bukhatir 11. 8 for no loss after the first 2 balls here.
Yeah, apart from that error from Hafiz Rahman, he has been chipping pretty well. And this time it has been sliced, opening the face of the bat intentionally. to get the required placement. He does, and that's a boundary for Chirag Suri.
And opened the face of the bat and placed it to perfection in the gap between the two fielders there, Kamran. And how beautifully has he bisected those fielders there. Boundary for Chirag there.
And that was Talaba Tournament 4 number 533. Chirag Suri, his batting is so pleasing to the eye. It reminds me of one particular player. We'll come to it. I'm cut down on our pace. Chirag Suri, actually when he plays down the ground, flex the ball on the leg side, reminds one particular Virat Kohli.
That's some compliment there coming for you, Chirag. That sort of class does not come in unless you have those shots in your books. Kamran, you see batsmen making sure that their the gloves are adjusted. Time the ball full length would have been a full toss if you'd have connected that, but slightly shaping in at the last moment there. Hafiz naturally gets the ball into the right-handers, so but the kind of line that he's maintaining is something that will definitely be bothering him if he goes back and looks at the matches that he has played for Sharjah Bukhatir.
Spot on, Asim, and definitely the evening has set in, and we are seeing a bit of more movement in the air from the bowlers. This time he has been poor, Chirag Suri, but lucky for him, he did not really go through his shot completely. In the end, it's just one run to finish the first over. 12 for none.
Welcome back to this first qualifier live from Dubai International Stadium. Who presents Emirates D10 tournament. We are in the business end of this this competition. The Sham Ramesh, and it's surprising here, Kamran. If you observe, Sham Ramesh was given the new ball from the pavilion in the previous match, and he was very successful. And today, he's bowling from the far end. Your thoughts about it, Kamran?
Spot on. Sometimes it's about the preference of the bowler as well. Some days they think the wind is blowing in the other direction. And the contest that I'm looking forward to is Shyam Ramesh round the wicket to Virthi Arvind. Again, he gives the width there, because throughout the tournament, the game plan, or the bowling plan, what we have seen from Shyam Ramesh, he packs one side of the field, the offside. He takes a deep third man and deep point, and then keeps bowling wide outside the off stump.
Well, that's some sort of confidence, I'd say, given by the captain, the Fayaz Ahmed, to him, that you keep bowling there, I'll give you that field.
This time, Suri walking towards the offside and lifting it over the infield in the gap for a boundary.
Playing on the rise there on that occasion, Chirag Suri. Let's look at it. How beautifully did he manipulate the line of the ball, coming, making sure it was away from his body, but he made sure that he premeditated it and came into the line of the ball, placing it over the extra cover field, short extra cover field for a boundary.
This time again, he walks across. That's the downside of these kind of bowling plans. Sometimes you set this kind of a field, two fielders right next to each other, literally in cricketing terms. So it telegraphs the batting side as well, the batsman as well, that what is your bowling plan, and then you become a bit restricted with the innovation or variations. So just look at Chirag Suri. He knows he is not going to bowl in the wickets, and he is making his own space. This time it's up in the air, fielder getting underneath it. These days, that's been taken out. Slower in the air, and an easy catch to point, and that's the end of Chirag Suri.
And it is Rizwan CP on this occasion in the point region, and he favors that area. And there goes the first casualty for Team ECB Blues. Moves on to 23 for no loss after 2 overs. So here we have a fun fact coming from Dafa News. Craig White, Owen Morgan and William Porterfield went on to lead Scotland, England and Ireland at World Cups. They all made their debut in the same ODI. Quite a coincidence there, Kamran.
Yeah, but no coincidence there. A well-earned wicket of Chirag Suri. A good thought-out plan. Gave away 4 runs, but in the end, bought that wicket. He would have anchored the innings. It would have been easy sailing for ECB Blues.
Well, I really like the attitude of bowlers like Shyam Ramesh, who's been given a plan by the captain, and regardless of whatever happens, you have to stick to it by hook or by crook. And that is what happens when you trust what your captain has planned for you based on your skill set. And there we see Shyam Ramesh picking up the wicket of Chirag Suri.
Hazrat Bilal coming in for the over. This time, not middled it, but nonetheless, Prithvi Aravind will earn 4 runs.
That's in a strong zone. You can't be bowling to his hips, and you've seen how lethal he has been throughout the tournament. If you bowl him at that line, and he's definitely not going to spare you if you are going to welcome him with your first ball of the spell with that sort of a line.
Spot on, Asim. To replace Chirag Suri. The batsman who has walked out is Rohan Mustafa. So the plan from the ECB Blues is pretty clear as well. And again, just a single. So the plan looks like they had decided they have to go one end approach that we commonly say that as soon as Chirag Suri got out, Rohan Mustafa has come, who is going to, I'm assuming that he might have been given the role of the sheet anchor. Your job is to stay there till the end. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Don't think about too much. Don't go for big shots. It will come from the other side. You just stay there.
Well, I'm quite aligned with what you have said, but let's talk about it after this ball. Well, you offer way to Rohan Mustafa, and that is where you're going to get punished. He fancies that area towards the extra cover region, slashes the ball hard, and gets the boundary. Middled it to perfection. In the air, no chance, no fielders there, and that is a boundary for Rohan Mustafa.
The ball dispatched over.
And that's another good short delivery. Rohan did not commit to it, and a brilliant comeback, I'd say, by the bowler. Well, as we were talking about Rohan having given the sheet anchor role, I would not mind, as a viewer, as a fan of cricket, that Rohan taking that role, because he has those unorthodox shots which he can open his cards against the spinners. He likes to play those reverse sweeps, and that is something which he is a master at.
Quick run. Yeah, you're right, Asim. The thing is, sometimes when you are talking about the tournaments with 10 plus games, so sometimes it's not about the competence, the capabilities of the batsman. It's more about the form and the nick they are in. So Rohan Mustafa, if we talk about the ECB Blues batting throughout the tournament, there are other batsmen who are in better nick, and Rohan Mustafa hasn't been that fluent and hasn't played fluent innings long enough in the tournament. So just sometimes the management makes it a bit easier that you don't have to take pressure. Don't worry, just go there, settle in, take your time, and we don't want you to be hitting out under pressure. A loud appeal there, and that's been given. That's the big wicket of Virti Arvind. What a big wicket for Hazrat Bilal. That's the second wicket gone for ECB Blues.
Yeah, we are back after that dismissal of Virti Arvind. Let's have a look at the replay. Here it is, and ball right plumb in front, I'd say. And the coaches will definitely be questioning the shot selection on that occasion, trying to whip that towards the square leg region. And score is 3 overs, 33 for 2. So even Steven at this stage. With that being said, we have a change in the voice in the comp box. We have Neeloja and Anurag Malhotra.
Thank you so much, Asim. 33 for 2 in 3. Going at a steady pace of 11. But what would hurt their proceedings is the loss of 2 big wickets. Both their openers, Chirag Suri and Virti Arvind, back in the hut. Mohammad Usman and Rohan Mustafa in the center to take the proceedings for ECB from here on. This one driven straight to cover, get a single.
Neil, yes, losing those 2 wickets, Chirag Suri and Vrithya Arvind. Vrithya Arvind being in the top 3 of the most successful batsmen in this tournament. He was a bit out of sorts. Maybe, after playing so many good innings, law of averages also can catch up. So that's there. But this is a good opportunity for Rohan Mustafa to come good, because he has not played up to his potential so far, Neil.
Well, yes, again, he is known to be the big match player. Come the moment, come at the man.
Today is a big match.
Well, yes, the winners of this match head straight into the finals. They wouldn't want to take another chance. This one over point will race away towards the fence for a 4. Mohammad Usman opened his account with a boundary.
Nice shot that by Mohammad Usman. He was on top of that, cleared the infield, and 4 welcome, good, solid runs.
Well, yes, as long as they're coming, waited for the ball, then played it handsomely. Nothing risky in that. Fun fact, on your way. On his return to the Test team in 1999, Ricky Ponting decided to copy things from his last 2 centuries at Leeds and MCG to do well. This led him to be wearing a sweater. Meanwhile, down the leg side, umpires will call this a wide.
Good display of wicket keeping, nice diving save. Would have run away for a few runs.
Yes, wearing a sweater in the heat of Barbados while scoring a ton again. Some superstition there, brought in by Dafa News.
I was just going to say that, Neil. Cricketers and their superstitions, wearing one pad first, the second one, twirling the bat. We know, we've seen that with so many international cricketers.
Into bowl, Ali Anwar. Soft hand, straight in. Get a single there. Sensible. It's a good ball. Tap it down, take a single, rotate the strike, ensure the scoreboard's ticking.
Absolutely. The game is not only a game which is to be played with the big hits and boundaries, but rotating the strike, you have a left hand, right hand batting combination, unsettle the bowler. He has to adjust his line and length every time he faces a left-hander or a right-hander.
Do that. 42. This time, we'll go and meet the fence. Extra cover boundary. No way that you can stop that.
That ball struck very well by Rohan Mustafa, and he takes his score to 10. Good shot, 4 runs there.
Mustafa only showing some class. Clearing his front foot. And handsomely hit.
Stage is set for him to come good today. It's a critical match. 2 top batsmen have gone back to the pavilion cheaply.
Well, yes, he knows that he's an experienced campaigner. He knows
ECB Blues then requiring 118 to win this game and book their berth in the final of Kafu Presents Emirates D10 tournament, coming to you live from the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Doing pretty well, scoring at a run rate of 11.25, need 12.17, all under control so far. Neil?
Well, yes, they're just going in sync with what is required, not a tad higher, not a tad lower. They'll have to maintain this momentum. The only issue with this is that if you start losing a wicket or two, that is where the brakes are applied and the running becomes slow. So, in an ideal scenario, once you have got your eyes set in Rohan Mustafa, or for that matter, Mohammad Usman, should go hammer and tongs, target one bowler, get those runs going.
Absolutely, and a good delivery there, missing the outside edge of the bat. Rohan Mustafa was a bit at sea with that delivery, dot delivery, and all these dot deliveries also start creating pressure on the batsman.
Sure do. Air definitely knows how to bend his back and extract that extra bounce of the track. This track is not one of those tracks that we saw at the ICC Academy, where if you pitch short of length area, get a tennis ball bounce.
Well, this one, he steps down. He measured the length of the ball, but all he can do is play to the fielder on the onside, get him a single. And as you rightly said, that from here on, they need to build a good partnership, while at the same time have to keep an eye on the deliveries, because this format finishes up very, very quickly.
Well, that's right. 4.2 overs gone. 6 for 2. 12 of 9. 5 of 2 for Usman. He's on strike against Umair. Is bowling this one from the pavilion end, right below box.
Well, this one is played handsomely, but again, straight to the fielder there. Just a single, 46 for 2 of that delivery. Singles, I don't think the fielding side, Sharjah Bukhatir 11, is going to mind at all. They're chasing 117, and as long as they can keep the batsman under check, put pressure.
Swing and a miss there. Nonetheless, crossover for a single. You're right, Anurag. The fielding side wouldn't have an issue with singles being taken. Issue would be when these singles give the batsman enough confidence or time in the center to go for those big ones.
Absolutely, and as more and more pressure is exerted with dot balls and only singles, it normally tends to invoke false strokes from the batsman, which results in wickets and then slows down the game further for the batting team.
True that. Meanwhile, Umair, good over so far. 4 deliveries, just 2 runs. Third one being legged by edged, just missing the fingers of the wicket keeper. 4 runs.
Well, that delivery outside the off stump, and he went for that and missed the wicketkeeper's diving gloves there. And good 4 runs, welcome 4 runs for ECB Blues.
Quick gloves change for Rohan Mustafa while the ball has been fetched in. Talking about superstitions, Anurag, your playing days, did you have any superstitions meanwhile? Look at this. Edge, full stretch dive by the wicketkeeper, missed it by a whisker.
That would have been a spectacular catch if it was taken. And we saw one earlier in the day. And some good catching. Refreshing change.
Couple of them, in fact, by Mirza. Dived on his right. Left. 2 catches back to back. Soft hands will take a single there. 8 runs to end the over. 53 for 2 after 5.
Getting into the sixth over, and let's have a quick look at the ECB Blues batting. Iraq Suri got 16 of 11, got a little start, but couldn't carry on. And that man, Vritya Aravind, got just 10 of 5, a little out of sorts today. His off day. Rohan Mustafa is still there batting on 12 of 10 deliveries, and giving him company is Mohammad Usman, who's got 11 of 5. So it's a lot depends on these two batsmen now. How do they take the score forward for their team?
My little B. Hazrat Bilal coming to bowl. Gave away 10 runs in the first over that he bowled. Got 1 wicket as well. Would want to do a similar thing as far as wickets are concerned for his team. Meanwhile, single there. Soft hands. Straight to the skipper. Skipper's wearing a couple of hats if you see. Because as per the new ICC rules, the umpires cannot hold the bowlers' hats. These are the new regulations keeping COVID-19 in mind. Restart of cricket. You'll never see umpire holding any equipment of a bowler or a fielder on his body.
Absolutely, Neil. We are playing the game in a different world, different environment.
Oh, missed the stumps by a whisker there. Look at that. Those expressions say it all. But anything down the leg side, even if it's a whisker away from the leg stump, the umpires have the right to call it wide.
Hazrat Bilal, he saw the batsman moving towards the off stump, but if he would have been a little more accurate, I've hit timber.
Good start there for him. Over. Do a little better. And I'm so sure that they would be targeting Rohan Mustafa. Because Sweden campaigner whacked it. That will get a single. Are they going for the second? And they complete comfortably to an awkward throw.
So 2 more added to the total. 57 for 2 after 5.2 overs, and Rohan Mustafa has got some sort of a start. Of course, we haven't seen a lot of big hitting from him, but it'll be very soon that we'll have to switch on because overs are running out. We're already at the little over the halfway stage, and it's 57 for 2.
The required run rate, which started off as 11.8, has now climbed up to 13. Have to do something. This one, Usman does this. Gets a boundary. Over extra cover. Couple of bounces into the fence. 4 runs.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot and played very well. As soon as it hit the bat, it was traveling very quickly and there was no fielder there. 4 runs.
Looks like a charge will have to be taken. Beg your pardon, that was Rohan Mustafa who hit that shot. Apologies. All credit to Rohan for that beautiful shot. He is the kinds who knows how to hit those big ones. Kinds who knows how to stabilize an inning. This time straighter. And result is the same. 4 runs.
Very well played, Rohan Mustafa, and he saw that ball, gauged the length very well, got into his stride quickly. We'll see it in the replay, and hit it beautifully. No chance for anybody. Nobody moved. Only the fielder moved after the ball. It crossed over the boundary line. 4 runs.
Mayor Ali on your screens. 543 Talabat tournament 4s. 2 more deliveries to go.
Takes a big swing at that. No contact between the bat and the ball. Flies to the wicket keeper. 1 for the over. But a dot ball for the bowling team.
And yes, 12 runs have already come from this over. They'll need 13. Above the ear of Rohan Mustafa. Couple of inches here and there, and could have been an extra.
Or it could have been an earful.
That would be some music to the ear. This
Leg
time,
swing.
fine leg, 4 runs.
Because took a swing at it and ricocheted 69 for 2 after 6. ECB Blues. Yeah, fun facts which are being brought by Dafa News for us and for all the viewers across the world.
Sham Ramesh, this time driven. First one really quick. No chance of a second. We're talking about this between the overs that Gopa Kumar, Rizwan CP, they haven't been brought into attack. Primarily because there are 2 left-handers in attack. It is such an irony and probably good planning on the side of Ahmed Raza to promote Mohammad Usman at the fall of wicket of Ritya Arvind.
Yes, a lot of strategy at play there and a lot of thinking by the captains. And next delivery has been hit very well. The offside will get the fielder right at the boundary rope and a couple of runs.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, why would you want to use Sham Ramesh so early in the innings? You would probably bring him near the fag end of the innings. Quickie. But Gopal, there you see on the screens a while back, he would have been menacing this part of the game, especially because spinners are getting that grip.
Yeah, he's a fine bowler, no doubt about that. And this one is pulled beautifully. 6 runs. Welcome 6 for ECB Blues.
Rohan Mustafa there. He knows how to play those unorthodox shots. Look at this. Getting so much inside the line of the ball. Played it from the middle stump line all the way to fine leg.
That takes the tournament 6s to 401, brought to you by Dafa News.
We were talking about if the tournament 6s would reach 500 mark. 99 more to go. The third 6 of the second innings. We've just been informed by a statistician.
Over number 7 in progress. Well, that ball dug out from the block hole straight to the field. Singles. Nobody minds singles. But as ECB is drawing closer, they need to approach their target. Well, they played pretty sensibly.
Well, yes, they definitely have. And courtesy of which, if you see, the run rate has now dipped down to 11.7, which was 13 just the previous over.
Absolutely, Neil. They're making steady progress, and there's a thought behind the way they are going about approaching this total of 117.
Rightly said. Stepping down and straight over the umpire's head. He had to duck down, or his hat would have gone with the ball for a 4.
Beautiful shot. You can't set a field for that. Straight behind the bowler and the umpire. Absolutely dissecting mid on and mid off. Well, the bowler ducked just in time.
So demoralizing for a fast bowler when you step down to him to hit it straight. I mean, hitting straight itself is demoralizing, but then you stepping down to hit straight. Oh my God, that's like a double whammy. Last ball. Flicked towards mid wicket, will take a first. Going for the second. And they come in safe. End of 7 overs, 85 for 2.
ECB Blues then needing 33 of 18, and the digital streaming partners for this broadcast: Fan Code in the Indian subcontinent, Etisalat, eLife in UAE, Willow TV, USA and Canada, Sports Eye Facebook page, rest of the world. And it's an SF 380 digital production for Emirates Cricket Board of a news. And with that, there is a change in the commentary box. You're going to listen to the end of this innings with Kamran and Asim.
Thank you very much, Anurag. And that was a shorter break out there. It was 85 for 2 in 7 overs. ECB Blues required 33 of the last 3 overs with a required run rate of 11 and over. One boundary less over can turn things around. Exciting finish to the first qualifier. Kamran, your thoughts about it?
Asim, the cliffhanger that we all expected, we all were looking for between the table toppers. And this is all going the end of wire. 3 overs, 33 runs, 11 required of every over. Very much possible. 1 over here and there, the team who brings up that special over will sneak forward here.
Looking forward to Umair Ali Khan for sure, because both these are, I'd say, for the first time. We'll get back to you after the ball.
A good start by Omer. Lower one, Rohan Mustafa, who is pretty well set. 35 of 18 and couldn't do much about it.
I remember you were predicting, Kamran, that Rohan Mustafa will be that man today who can, stand out for this run chase. And there, predictions pretty nicely. 35 or 19. Very steady innings here by Rohan.
This time he played uppishly, 2-ended it. Will earn a single. They are coming back for the second run. It could have been close. But good urgency from the batsman, Mohammad Usman, and good work from the deep as well. 2 more for ECB Blues. Yes, Asim, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to see what kind of player is more suited for a particular game, particular surface. Rohan have been a bit off color, the ICC Academy, but this surface, I felt it is more suited for his kind of batting style.
Sumer. And nicely improvised by Rohan Mustafa, covering the stumps, coming to the offside and then whacking it towards the square leg region for a boundary. And that is still in short. Let's see. Yes, pretty nicely. And how beautifully they timed that as well. Yeah. Kamran, let me share a fact with you guys. Always been counterparts with each other. Rohan Mustafa and Umar throughout their careers in the domestic leagues in UAE. So it's very rare that they must have faced.
And this time, another little cheeky, dinky shot by Rohan Mustafa. And that's the experience. That's the calmness. What you can expect from an experienced campaigner.
Let's look at that shot here. And improvising it and padding it down towards the fine leg region for a boundary. As you were saying, these two have always played together. And they wouldn't have played against each other that much. So they know about each other's strengths, I'd say, Kamran. You can call them in Bollywood term.
Yeah, true. And that's what brings out these special moments within these domestic leagues when players are pitted against each other. They know each other very well, and they even start to anticipate what the other person might be thinking. So he was expecting that he is going to go for his release delivery. He is going to go, Umar is going to go in the block hole. He anticipated well and executed well.
This time, Umair foxing Rohan Mustafa. So a good competition here between Jay and Viru.
That's the other side of the competition. This time, Umar predicted very well. He anticipated pretty well that what must be Rohan Mustafa must be looking for, and he didn't give it to him.
Beautifully here. 23 more required of 13 legal deliveries. Turning out to be a cracker of a contest.
This time again, very well bowled by Umar. Cutting the pace on that, and that will be the end of the 8th over. 95 for 2, ECB Blues.
Kamran, I have to give credit to Hafiz pulling under pressure here. And then slightly you down. He has been brilliant from the time he has handed over the gloves by Fayaz Ahmed. Khalid Shah has been amazing, but nerves peak.
Yeah, Khalid has been very, very agile. And for this one, we can give it to him because it was an inside edge, awkward bounce. Sometimes these happen. Here's Rahman again. This time a waiver delivery, but good work by Khalid Shah. Flying full length and saving a certain boundary there.
Absolutely certain boundary stopped by Khalid Shah. So he has covered up that previous miss that has resulted in 2 extra runs there. So has to get that discipline in place. Hafiz Rahman A desperate need here for Sharjah Bukhatir 11. They have been so brilliant after that first loss against the Blues, and they're back again. Team challenging them.
This time, Mohammad Usman, he has hammered that into the outfield, but will find a fielder. They are coming back for the second run and safely makes it. So 2 more. ECB Blues edging closer and closer to their target. And in the process, edging closer and closer to the final of Kafu Presents. Emirates D10. 16 more needed of 10 deliveries. Who would you pick, Asim, at this point?
Well, quite favorites here, ECB Blues. And it's all about nerves in bigger games. Experience matters, and the kind of experience Mohammad Usman, Rohan Mustafa they carry. They are actually speaking. They are actually speaking for them.
This time giving himself room, but in the end, failing to make a connection. So good dot ball, much needed dot ball from Hafiz Rahman. That's the experience from Sharjah Bukhatir 11 as well. So with that dot, they need
16 of 9.
Yeah, 16 of 9. Very much possible for both the teams.
We go singles. And we are back at square one. Even Steven.
Asim, who would you pick for the last over?
Well, the bowling card. Bowling card after the over.
Another good delivery, and just Asim, if you can see Hafiz Rahman walking to deliver the delivery, he was covering the ball with his other hand. A bit of a technique that is usually used when the ball is reversing. I don't think this ball would be reversing at in the just 9th over of the game, but just to create some doubts in the mind of the batsman, and nonetheless a dot ball.
Well, usually you saw this sort of an approach, a bowling approach, by hiding the ball in between the hands. Zahir Khan, if you remember, when he used to tackle balls. So a smart move there by Hafiz Rahman.
Again, holding the ball and covering it with the other hand. And this time it has gone high up in the air. Will fielder complete the catch? Yes, it does. An easy catch for Shyam. Is it Shyam Ramesh? Yes, it is. So a crucial blow at the crucial juncture of the game. That's the 3rd wicket gone for ECB Blues.
So here we were talking about dot balls. It has come at the right time. Replay here. Not timing it to perfection. Mohammad Usman just miscuing that one. And safe as a church there. Sham Ramesh was just about to pop out there. Kamran.
Right, 3rd wicket gone for ECB Blues. It's Mohammad Usman who got a bit frustrated for playing 2 dot deliveries and in the end losing his wicket, resulting another dot. A good result, a good comeback by Hafiz Rahman. 16 more needed of just 7 deliveries. This one is going to the wire. A cliffhanger of a contest. Asim, now who would you pick?
Depends on this ball.
This time it has been played uppishly by Mohammad Bhuta, and he earns a boundary of the last delivery of the penultimate over. EC Blues 106 for 3 after 9.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, live from Dubai International Stadium. We are here in the first qualifier of Kafu Presents Emirates D10. And here we are in the final over where Ali Anwar will be bowling to Mohammad Bhuta. And they require 12 of 6 deliveries. It's even Steven contest here, Kamran.
For sure. First qualifier of Kafu Presents Emirates D10, and what a game we have had. Is still nothing between the teams. Last 6 deliveries coming up, 12 required. It's Ali Anwar who is going to bowl the last over. Here he comes. And that's a wide, and there could be a chance of no, the field keeper didn't really throw at the non-strikers, and he could have a chance there.
I would full marks to the wicket because there was no one back. So full marks to the wicket keeper, and good presence of mind of Khalid Shah that he did not throw it at the bowler's end, because that would have been certain extra runs, and that would have got from Rohan Mustafa back on strike.
11 of 6. Mohammad Bhuta is on his strike. Here comes Ali Anwar again. Played in the outfield. Rohan Mustafa will turn for the second run. He's coming back, and there's a fumble from the fielder that allows the second run to be taken. 9 more to get from 5 deliveries.
Well, that had that not been a wide, this would have been 2 runs per ball equation. But here, 1 whack, and ECB Blues will be on the driving seat.
Here comes Ali Anwar again. And this time Mohammad Bhuta plays it into the, and good work at the square leg boundary. They will again come back for the second run and makes it safely. The umpire says no to the very energetic appeal from the keeper. 2 more to the total. It's 7 more to get from 4 deliveries.
The dew is coming into the picture, and Ranjit Mani was a straightforward collect there. Let's look at it. Slipping at the right at the last moment.
Very well done, Asim.
Very well recovered there. Well, would have the boundary. Let's look at that close call, but very good decision there by the umpire. Comfortably in.
So the game resting on the knife edge. Mohammad Bhuta, he has just come into bat on the non-striker and is the Rohan Mustafa. And this time he's waited for the delivery again in the deep, but this time they will settle for only 1. And that will bring the man who has built this innings for ECB Blues, Rohan Mustafa, 49 of 25 deliveries. 6 more to get, 3 more deliveries left in the game. Who could have been better than Rohan Mustafa to face this strike for ECB Blues?
Well, he's batting on 49 at the moment, but he'll definitely not be looking at that milestone for sure, because he has achieved that many a times. More importantly, he has done it a lot of times in these big games. So yes, he understands the pressure. Yeah.
Talking of pressure, just have a look at those as visuals on your screen. That's Captain Fayaz Ahmed with Ali Anwar, Umair Ali. They are all thinking. They are all taking their time. They know they can take time, but once the ball is delivered and it goes for runs, it will be curtains for them. So they are trying to make sure that everything is built, spot on. And they are thinking about the field and everything. In the meantime, both batsmen have taken the opportunity to have a mid-pitch meeting as well.
What would be your ideal delivery at the time? Had you been in place of Fayaz, what would have been your message to Ali Anwar, Kamran?
It's a percentages game, and the way Rohan Mustafa plays, I think it's a hit or miss kind of a thing. If I were there, I might try a slower delivery, because this kind of a delivery and with the batsman on 49, that's what you can try. And that's played uppishly over the point region. for a boundary by Rohan Mustafa and he reaches his 50 on just 26 delivery. What an innings by Rohan Mustafa.
Absolutely. And we were talking about his form. This form came back at the right time. And I think that is some good signs here for Team ECB Blues. And I'm really not impressed with the kind of change that was brought in by Ali Anwar. He brought the fielder in from the point cover region, and then he bowled a full length delivery outside the off stump. Rohan Mustafa fancies to slash the ball hard to the point region, and I think that was a wrong plot there.
Bowled to his strength and paid for it. 2 more needed. Of just 2 deliveries are left in this first qualifier of CAFU presents Emirates D10. Come at the pressure game and come at the performance from the experienced man.
Well, absolutely. He has proven himself that he has done that in bigger games in many occasions, be it with the bat, be it with the ball, be it with the field as well. So overall, a 3-dimensional cricketer.
And what a game Rohan has made out of this contest. It was not a low target by any means. And just look at the innings of ECB Blues as well. It's only Rohan Mustafa who really got going.
The Casio mind has played really well here.
And they are sticking for a bye, and in the process, Mohammad Bhuta has been given run out. But on the other side, umpires have given it a wide delivery. What a crucial juncture, and the bowler is not happy with that decision.
Well, the captain discussing with the umpire. Well, purely based
drama.
Well, what is he discussing? I believe whether the batsman crossed or did they not. Is that the question? The Bhuta is the one that has got out, but yes. And we have Kashif Daud, number 2 for ECB Blues.
And very interestingly, the way the match stands now, the scores are tied, but the man for ECB Blues, he is on his striker end. Kashif Daud walks in to hit the winning runs.
Well, let me share a fact about Kashif Daud. The man comes with a lot of experience on his shoulders. He's played, he has a very good cricketing background, has played for Calcutta Stallions back in Pakistan. So I think that's sort of the experience, the handling the pressure is something that lad will be having lots on his shoulders.
And what little things can make a difference. Had that not been a wide delivery, this would plays it over the top, and the ball will go over the boundary. And what a finish for ECB Blues. They have defeated Sharjah Bukhatir 11 in the first qualifier of CAFU presents Emirates D10 by 6 wickets and a ball to spare.
And Rohan Mustafa, after that hit from Kashif Daud, was ecstatic. He was celebrating the moment it hit his bat. And number 88, Rohan Mustafa, has done it for ECB Blues. 121 for 4 with a ball to spare. They have chased it down and they won the game by 6 wickets.
And with that win, ECB Blues qualifies for the final. Here's how they did it. Kashif Daud dispatching it over the long of boundary for a 4, and 1 was all that they needed. So as a result, ECB Blues have qualified for the final of CAFU presents Emirates D10.
One thing was missing